Hey everybody, what's up? It's New Cube. It's been a while since I've made a video, but I got a really good one for you guys today. My topic for this video is, should you open your Amiibos? So I've been recently collecting a lot of Amiibos again. I'm getting ready to build a shelf in my room. There's like a big shelf along the ceiling of the room, and I'm going to be putting my Amiibos on my side of the office. And I've just been thinking about things to talk about, and Amiibos are really popular still. I remember when they first came out back in the Wii U era. I believe they were first unveiled before Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS came out. And I think the first three Amiibos released with Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. And ever since then, they've been a major seller for Nintendo, and I absolutely love them. I think they're cool figures. I love their concept, the fact that you can take an Amiibo and scan it into your game and it will unlock certain costumes, or for Smash Brothers, if the character's in the game, you can fight alongside that Amiibo and train it up and pit it against like other Smash Bros. Amiibos and see who has the strongest one. And I remember like training them up to make them like so strong, like to where they would perform frame perfect moves and they would be almost impossible to beat. And those were good times. But as I've gotten a little bit older, I've grown to appreciate the art of the Amiibos a bit more and the boxes. And for me personally, I'm getting to the point now where I'm collecting them again, and I think I'm going to permanently keep them now, hopefully. And I'm going to put them on display. I think, for me, I just like the art on the Amiibo boxes. This is one of my favorite Amiibo sets. It is Noah and Mio from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Absolutely love the game and these characters. I had to pick this up when it came out on store shelves, and no regrets purchasing this. But I just love the artwork on the box, and it really sucks that like Nintendo made the boxes in such a way to where they're almost disposable. And I just wish they would have made the boxes where you can like open it, take it out, and then if you want to put it back in, you can. And the one thing I hate about having open Amiibos is they collect dust, and the dust gets like all in the like tiny grooves of the figures, and it gets really hard to clean them. And I mean, if you don't mind that, I mean, it's fine. But honestly, it really sucks. And I love using them in the games, but you use them a few times and then you put them back on the shelf. So it's like, why did you open it in the first place? So people made a solution for that, and I have one of my other favorite Amiibos here. It's Zelda from Skyward Sword and her Loftwing. Absolutely love this Amiibo. I love the design of it. I've always wanted a figure of Skyward Sword Zelda, and I feel like Nintendo really knocked it out of the park with this one. Unfortunately, the one thing about Amiibos that I don't like is how there's certain quality of life features that are packed behind Amiibos, and in this case there's one packed behind this one, and that is a really big downside for me with Skyward Sword HD, even though the game can be fully enjoyed without the Amiibo. But the solution that I was going to talk about, if you don't want to open your Amiibos, so what I've been doing is, if there's an Amiibo I really want to use, like this one, what I'll do is I'll go online, and people on Etsy or eBay or wherever, they are making NFC tags with the data from the Amiibo on it, so you can use them in game. So right here I have a Amiibo card that's fan made for Skyward Sword Zelda and her Loftwing, so this will work still in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Now, I haven't gone and done that for all my Amiibos, but I do think it's a great solution if you don't want to open them. I know there's like many different devices people have made out there where you can like, or just different ways that you can load Amiibo files. Like it's like a NFC scanner of some sort, and it will work in the game. And I think that's really cool if you don't want to open your Amiibos, because the one thing about Amiibos, now I'm not keeping them sealed just because I want to save up and sell them one day. But to me, I like the artwork, and I just hate opening it up and destroying it and then the dust getting in the figures. But another great example of this is my Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD bundle. And I have my Wolf Link amiibo in here, and it's still sealed. And what sucks is if I open the box and throw it away, it's not going to be a complete bundle anymore. And this is like almost 10 years old, I think, coming up here in February of 2026. But I love collecting stuff, and I know everything's not perfect and things should be enjoyed, but, and there's certain ways to enjoy things without ruining the collector's value of things, but, this is just a great example because the amiibo completes the box, and I absolutely love this bundle. It's in pristine condition. I just rebuilt this earlier this year. Don't regret doing that at all, but yeah, I just think amiibos are a great thing to have. They're fun figures to own, and it's cool what they do in the games. And I actually just recently picked up Donkey Kong Bonanza amiibo with the game on launch day, and I think over time the amiibo figures are looking highly more detailed, and I just think they're becoming cooler and cooler. And with that, I think Nintendo is unfortunately taking advantage of that, and they're increasing the prices of amiibos, and it really sucks. The Tears of the Kingdom amiibos, I believe they went up to like $30 a pop. Now, what's nice is they recently have gone down to like $19.99, and I think the Street Fighter amiibos, they were like $39.99 when they upped the price on them because of tariffs and stuff, but then they decreased the price down, I think, to $29.99, I want to say. It's still pricey, and then you get amiibos like for the Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 ports for the Nintendo Switch, and they're going to be, I think they're going to be like $40 for each of the amiibos, which absolutely sucks, because both of those games came out between 2006 and 2010 or whatever, and the amiibos are cool, but they shouldn't be that much. And I get they added more detail to them, but still, like, amiibos when they came out were, like, I think, like, $15. Like, $14.99 or $15.99 or something like that. It was really cheap. I remember when the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild came out with the Nintendo Switch, I actually had some change that I saved up, so I went to a store and deposited it, and I got enough cash just to get me the Princess Zelda amiibo from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I remember this one was, I think, like $15.99 or something like that. It was still like the cheap price back then in 2017. But now you have amiibos like the Kirby Air Rider amiibos, which are going to be $50. Now, granted, it does come with 2 figures, and you can swap the characters on each of the rider things from the game, but still, that should not be $50. I think that's way overpriced. Now, I can see the Street Fighter amiibos being a little bit more because they're higher quality and they're a little bit bigger, but to make amiibos between $40 and $50 a pop, I think is insane. It's really unfortunate that Nintendo is milking amiibos to the extreme with that, with the price gouging, but I just wish they would go back between $15 and maybe $25 at most. I think that's a reasonable price range for amiibos. But it's Nintendo. They're going all consumer with the Switch 2 and everything, and with the new leadership they've gotten within the last decade, ever since Satoru Iwata passed away, things have been changing, not for the best. But that's a whole nother topic for another time. But yeah, I personally love my Amiibo collection. I think I'm probably going to start buying more of these plastic cases to protect my Amiibos. I'm actually going to probably replace one of my Tears of the Kingdom Amiibos because I have it still like wrapped up in the store bag that I bought it from, because I'm currently working on getting things organized to put them all up on my shelf, and what Amiibos I'm going to have up there, like how I'm going to have them lined up and stuff. And one of my Amiibos, the box is already a bit like bent up here, so I'm going to have to take a look at it again. I just like my stuff being pristine. That's just how I am. But I'm not planning to sell these down the road. I've gotten to the point now where I'm collecting Amiibos I really want to own. Like back in the day, like I used to buy like whatever Amiibos came out, but as I've gotten a little bit older and I have my own income now and everything, and I've gotten to the point where I just want to buy Amiibos that I really, really want. Characters I really, really love, or a series I really, really love. The Legend of Zelda series, I've recently been rebuilding my Amiibo collection for that. Now, Xenoblade, I got all of them. I have Shulk packed away, but I got my Pyra and Mithra Amiibos. I did have their scale figures that came out from Good Smile. Unfortunately, when I got married and I moved out, I had to sell them off, but hopefully I might own them again one day. But the Amiibo figures are really nice, and I'm planning to keep them sealed. If I ever really want to use Amiibos in Smash Bros, I'll just get that device thing like I talked about earlier. But yeah, no, I just think the best route to go with buying Amiibos is stick to one series you absolutely love. If you love Mario, buy Mario Amiibos. If you love Zelda, buy Zelda Amiibos. Pick one that you love the most, because Amiibos, unfortunately, are getting more and more expensive, and if you want to buy them off of secondhand sellers and stuff, because a lot of these Amiibos are not in print anymore, they're becoming much more expensive, and especially if you want to buy the entire Amiibo sealed. Now, if you want to buy just the Amiibo itself, they typically go for much cheaper than buying them brand new. But personally, for me, I like having them complete in box like that. I think it's just nice on the shelf. But how are you guys approaching the whole Amiibo situation? Are you guys a big Amiibo fans? Are you still picking them up? Do you have a massive Amiibo collection? Are you buying every Amiibo out there, even the new ones that are coming out that are going to be $40 to $50? I mean, how much higher are these Amiibos going to go in price from retail? Like, are they going to become $70, $80, $90, $100? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't think Amiibos are going to be phased out anytime soon. I think they're still very popular, especially in Japan. I've heard in Japan they have tons and tons of Amiibos in stock, like in the stores, and they're relatively easy to find. Especially Amiibos that haven't really been printed too much here in the US. I heard they're really popular over there. So imports are a big thing, especially over here in the States. Alright everybody, I think that's about it for right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm New Cube. Let me know how you guys are collecting Amiibos. Are you buying them sealed? Are you buying them used? Are you buying Amiibo cards? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys later, and keep gaming as always.